Welcome to my Mountain and Western Railroad. My layout is a 3 metre by 2.6 metre sectional layout, and it's designed to operate in my home as well as to operate, if possible, occasionally at an exhibition. The layout is effectively round but has two stations. The one you see in front is Pinecliff, and the one on the other side is Grandview, and both stations are designed for operational purposes, and I can have 3 trains operating on the layout at any one time. We are now following a train heading into Pinecliff. This is the Mountain and Western, and in the foreground here you can see the track for the Union Pacific. And Pinecliff is an interchange for the 2 railroads. We have the cement works coming in, followed by freight forwarder on the far side, fertiliser plant, processor in the front here, another factory, and then coming over to the back end, which is where the loco shed for the helpers that run trains running from Pinecliff up to Grandview, and then we head back out of the town. We have another look at Pinecliff with the local coming in. Centre track between the 2 main lines is the interchange, and I find I get a lot of fun out of this because the interchange is actually limited as far as access is concerned from both lines, so it requires a little bit of careful switching when you've got to pick up cars such as that tank car on the right hand side, if that had to be picked up by the Mountain and Western. Normally trains heading east, as this one is, would stop at Pinecliff and would pick up a helper before it proceeded up the climb heading up to Grandview. But for the purposes of this video, I've just got the train running through and heading on now into what is the unscenic portion so far of the layout. Heading out the other way from Pinecliff, we'll follow the Union Pacific train heading through a forest of pine trees. All the trees on this layout have been handmade. There's not a single tree. And I'm sorry for the jerkiness of the layout, but I've only got a handheld camera. UP crosses over the river, and actually I'm not very happy with this river. I'm going to be eventually pulling it out and replacing it, and then the train will head in to a staging area, which will then eventually lead back into Pinecliff. Here we have Grandview. The train's currently pulling into Grandview. In front of us is the furniture factory, together with an intermodal yard. Next to the intermodal yard is a freight house, and in the foreground is a liquor distributor. We then have a car workshop, an area which is still yet to be scenic, and then a large warehouse, and finally a fruit packing place with the tower behind, and we're going to take a short break here while I move position from the camera, because we need to look at the rest of the layout. So I've now moved down to the other end of Grandview, and we have the fruit packer, small eat shop in behind there, scrap yard, and then an oil distributor. So plenty of opportunity for operations here in Grandview. And then finally the line that disappears back around to the staging area. And here we finally have another view of Grandview, looking down from the end. As I said, right at the beginning of the system, the layout is designed to be both operational at home, but also to be visible for an exhibition. And this is the sort of view that you would get from an exhibition viewer. Plenty of trees to see, plenty of things to see as far as the layout's concerned. So just a brief overview of the layout. I have a lot of fun operating with it, and lots more to be done.